In comments, question et commentaire, l'honorable député de Saanich Gulf Islands.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
South Okanagan, West Kootenay. It's unfortunate that now that we're at the last stage, third reading of this bill, that it's not that the Green Party has reservations, as my colleague just said. The Green Party is against this bill because it weakens our ability to regulate toxic chemicals across Canada and only pretends to create the right to a healthy environment. There's a right that can't be enforced. It's basically a bumper sticker. It's not a right. I wonder if my honourable colleague, again, as everyone who is concerned about the environment across Canada, various environmental groups are being told the government will bring out a new version of the Canadian Environmental Protection Act really soon. And I'd ask my honourable colleague what his honest assessment is of how likely that is and when.
For South Okanagan, West Kootenay.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank the member from Saanich Gulf Islands for that question, because I agree with her. I'm not holding my breath. I think that if they had wanted to do this right the first time, they would have done it right the first time. All I would say is that I have my private member's bill, which has that enforceability part into it, baked into it. It extends it to the other parts of the Canadian federal legislation on the environment. It carves out CEPA because of issues around that legislation, but I would hope it would use this as a model to fix CEPA once and for all.
Question et commentaire, questions and comments. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Government House Leader.
So, Mr. Speaker, I tend to disagree with the Leader of the Green Party and the suggestion that when you take a look at the right to a healthy environment, at the end of the day, it's incorporated within the legislation. And I suspect that what we will see is more information on the issue of those rights in the coming days and weeks and months ahead. And I think that what we need to recognize that this is a significant step forward, where we have a government policy, in essence, making it very clear, and it's more than just a policy, it's done through legislation, that Canadians have a right to a healthy environment. And I'm wondering if the member could provide his thoughts in regards to, not only is it important for us just to talk about it, as there have been a lot of discussion about the environment in general, but when we get a statement of that nature in law, that it is a significant step forward. And obviously it's not going to resolve all the issues. Mechanisms and protocols and so forth need to be established, but at the very least we have a government for the first time where we're actually incorporating that sort of a principle in legislation. Would he not agree that the incorporation of a right to a healthy environment is good for all Canadians?